you doing? Welcome to another stream. Right, let me just get the chat up. Bear with me one moment. Let's have a look here. How's it doing? So, today, what are we going to be up to? Well, I'm going to have to just check the setup here in a sec. Look, I thought I had it okay. Hi Nick, how are you doing, my friend? A minute. Here we are. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Mark. I come in peace. Right. Hi Robert, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hot and humid lately, so Declan says hi. Hi Declan, how you doing? Good to see you. So you must be on summer holidays. How long's summer holidays over in America? David, how are you doing? Good to see you. Just give it a minute and then we'll talk a little bit about what's been going on, some dates and things. Stuz, good to see you. Dominic, good to see you. Starglider, Leonardo, how are you guys? He says not so bad, finishing up his homework right now. He started school up again 2 weeks ago yesterday. Mike, good to see you. Hopefully you got the email, Mike. I think you're a late pledger, weren't you? I think. Difficult to keep track. Jeff, good to have you in. I know you said you were a bit restricted on your time today, but good to have you here, my friend. Yes, we have a few things to do today with the new Alien Sanctuary. I'm going to do a playthrough. It's going to be a slow playthrough, just to introduce the game and go over the rules. Derek, Paul, did I say Paul already? School has started for kids, right? School starts next week for kids here. How many weeks do you get off in the summer? The kids get 6 weeks off here. It's nearly 7, I think. Agador, evening. Summer break in the States is in the process of ending, depending on the school district. Most should be back by next week. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the same here. We do get a long summer over this way. And then it's the British summertime. The clocks go back, spring forward. Yeah, the clocks go back for autumn, and then days get really short. Okay, so just give it another couple of minutes as we do a little bit of intro chatter. And we'll be going over some dates for the printing for the layers and the layers 2 and the spiral and the cards. We've got some dates. I sent out an update on Kickstarter to the late pledgers and on Facebook. So hopefully that covers just about everybody. And we should have you should have a clearer picture of when to expect things, but I will go over that in a minute. Suddenly the chat has gone quiet. Mike, were you a late backer or were you an early backer? You said nope there. Maybe because I sent out some emails. So hopefully you got those dates, but if not, chatter, indeed. Chat is working. It is. Good. Thank you, Nick. Yeah. So I sent out the emails, and I did get the good. I did get the email. Fantastic. There you go. You're my little test sample to check the emails are being received by the late backers there. Well done. Thank you. I received the email twice. Oh. Did you? That's interesting. Did you receive a Kickstarter email twice, or a late pledger email twice? That's the question. That would not be good if they're going twice to people. Jim, double Jim, how are you doing, my friend? Okay, I think we're nearly there. Looking a bit glary. What can we do, eh? Turn that a bit more like that. Maybe that might help. I don't want my big head glaring into the camera. I got normal email and Kickstarter email. Okay, that's interesting. Don't know why that is. Alright, okay, did that just cast a shadow across there? Right, so what we've got today is, firstly, let's do a little bit of 2D6 Realm updates. I have been toing and froing with the printers, and they do a great job, but communication can be a bit slow sometimes. So it's like a day or two, and I'm like, get back to me. I failed my homework. Have not seen any Romulus yet. Oh, Jeff, you're running out of time. Don't worry about it though. Paul, looking forward for cards and spirals. May just miss my 10th September birthday, but happy with your updates. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, happy birthday for early September. Nice. So firstly, it is the 30th today, is it? The 30th? Something like that. Of August. And the paperback omnibus is coming on the 2nd of September. On the 3rd of September, we have the Layers Volume 2 paperback coming, as well as the Spiral and Hardback omnibus for the Layers, this is. And then the cards, which always take longer, and the company who are doing it for us say they're particularly busy this time of year, are coming on the 9th of September. 29th today. On the 9th of September. So we've got not quite 2 weeks, but I can reassure you, once we get them, I will be slogging my guts out with my assistants. We'll be packaging up these books and sending them out to you straight away. I wrestled with the printers to try and get a couple of days taken off that time, because they had quoted me the 11th of September. I said, come on guys, all the trade we put through you, give us a couple of extra days, and they put it 2 days earlier, which is a step in the right direction. That's a positive thing. So once they come, so next week they'll be flying out to you. Obviously, if you've got cards in your order, it'll be the week after, unfortunately. Which is a shame, because I wanted to get them out ASAP. Clearly, small steps. Yeah, we've taken small steps, and we've taken some really big steps. I feel like we're into the next stage now. Obviously, this is. Thanks, Jeff. Obviously, this is all. This is all just the development, the postage, and the organising and phoning and all that hoo-ha. Basically, what I'm trying to say, all the hoo-ha. But around that, I've obviously been working on a new game. I've been talking about before, Alien Sanctuary, and I've had some super duper assistants who have assistance from some wonderful people, and they have been going through the proof, if you like, doing the proofreading, and they've helped me iron it out, and we're feeling pretty good about this now. So it's got to that stage where they've tested it a bit. Jeff, Mark, who else have we got in here? Clive, David's had a look, Sean, Matthew, Raymond, Alessandro, Robert. Thank you, Robert. Some great feedback. Hopefully, I've tried to incorporate as much as possible. There were one or two things that people brought up that I will mention as we go through. Mark, there's a couple of points that you were talking about with the aliens, and as they go up, some of them get minuses, but I will explain why that is as we move forward. Okay, so let me just explain what I've got here, just to give you a bit of an idea of what you will need to play the game in the first instance. So from this is really where we're going to start. So throw questions at me, I don't mind as we play. It's perfectly fine. So I've got the rules. Now, the rule book itself is 48 pages, which is similar to 2D6 Dungeon, that sort of rule set size, and maybe slightly less. Hi Sam, how you doing? And that's your rules. Now, at the back there are some tables, and within this actually there are the operation sheets, the sanctuary, the SO sheets as we'll call them. And there's the rules, and we'll go through the rules because there's a process. There's a crib sheet you can print out, which we will be using, and then there's another sheet with a few of the tables on, which is for easy reference. Rainer, good to see you. And then we've got the aliens themselves. Here, I printed them off larger, just so they're a bit easier to see. And I've also got the new. This is the alien story. You can do one of these for each alien if you want, and they give now you can give a name, a species, a trait, and effect if you want to do that. It's an optional rule if you want to add a bit more narrative to the game. And ordinarily, these alien cards will be the same size as these. So you'll have this will just slip behind the alien sheet. So when an event happens to the alien, you can, if you want to, make a note of it on here and fill those out. And we'll do some of these as we play. And I'm going to cut them in half because they need to be put with the other ones. So, got the aliens. We've also got the game sheets. Actually, here somewhere. Here we go. Game sheets. We've got the main sanctuary operations. Just changed a bit now. We've got. Let's go up a little bit here. Here, hopefully that's not going to be in front of my face. Pro streamer. So we've got those two there, and then we've got the third sheet, which is the biodome status sheet. Board Games with Thomas, how are you doing, my friend? Hi there, Toby and chat. I've been reading through IST and I'm looking forward to playing it, giving it a go. Fantastic. That is good news. How are you doing, Thomas? Right. So there's 3 main sheets. Yes, there's a little bit of management with this game. Okay, and we'll talk a bit about that as we go along. Yeah, I'm excited, very excited about how things are developing. It's one of those periods where it's game design and packaging We're doing a lot of it, and so I quite like the combination of physical and the design, which is handy considering. Okay, so we'll come back to the crib sheets and that reference sheets later. We will follow the rule book. Very nice possibility of adding narrative elements. I love them. Exactly. I had some really good feedback along the way, and I tried to absorb all feedback and try and put it into it. We've got a double spread now on the contents page here. And then we have the alien sanctuary bit. So we're colonizing this system where there's a portal, a gate is open to it. Humans have gone through, and there's no sentient life, but there are 5 bodies in this solar system that we can inhabit, and they decided to do it. Now I'm not exactly all for that, but they see the great bounty that is there, and I've suggested, well, you do as the sanctuary director, that maybe you could look after some of the aliens who get injured and then heal them up and return them back to their homeworlds, which is one of these. There's a little diagram of it in here, and that's kind of like your job. These are the worlds here: Kinos, Danube, Istros, Perides, Eledius, however you want to say it. And Lord of Fake, how are you doing, my friend? So, let me just make sure that this is as straight as possible. That looks fine. That looks good. So we've got a double spread at least, and it's slightly off. Let me just line that up like that. And there we go. Perfect. So, setup. Let's do the setup. So, ordinarily, a game like this, if you do a playthrough and you maybe return 4 aliens, yes, it's up to you. Yeah, I actually don't mind how people pronounce these things. Words, they kind of get a life of their own, don't they? Once you release them into the world, and I'm not too worried about it. It's like the gods in 2D6 Dungeon. Right, that looks a bit better, I think, like that. Okay, good. Now, does this light need to be on here, do we think? Let's try that. There's no reflective surfaces, I don't think. Is that better? That's better. Was happy to read about the Realm cards today. Good. Yeah, they're top quality, double pack. They're 127 cards. We had 107 cards in the last pack. More cards for your buck this time, and yeah, really pleased about it. So we've opened up this sanctuary, and we're going to be taking in aliens. So we have a operation sheet over here, which got the sanctuary director, D5 questing. Good afternoon, Toby. I was glad to hop on YouTube and see this. Excited to learn more about what we have going on here. Exactly. Thank you, DS questing. D5 questing. Good to have you here, my friend. Yes, fantastic. So, just going to put in Toby up here. Hopefully this is all clear. Toby, how's it looking on the screen there? Any report back? That looks pretty clear, I reckon. What do you reckon, Jeff? How long's a game, do you think? Probably 2.5 hours. We're not going to play it today because I'm going to be reading through the rules. We're going to try and get a few aliens in and see what happens. Just see the process, and it will kind of introduce. So we're going to go for a target of 4 aliens returned with 4 loss as the possibility. So This is me in here. This is me with a wig on. This one. So what you're seeing here are a number of things. I'm not going to explain all the cards. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the actual rules and read them out as we go. And then this will kind of appear from time to time, as will the aliens. Say, for example, we'll put an alien on and then tick the bit that needs to be ticked. And we'll just see how it goes. A few hours, Jeff says, I need to test it with the added rules, see if that changes anything. Hard to tell because I would just do a little and come back to it exactly. A little bit here, a little bit there. And that's always one of the goals with these games that I create, that you can pick them up and carry on the adventure, you know. John Ross, good to see you, my friend. No Baileys today, just water. All right. So we have print out the Sanctuary Operations sheet, which can be found in the appendix rulebook. Alien profiles. So we've got the alien profiles here. They're kind of shuffled. I'm going to randomly put them under the table and then draw one out as we go. So they're going to be my aliens, and we'll get some suggested names from viewers. Got the 3 SO sheets. This is just Sanctuary Operation sheets. You'll need a pencil, yes, an eraser. Okay, and then we need some dice. So we've got some dice here. This is one of my bags of dice. I have a few bags of dice. Now, which ones are going to look good on here? I think maybe that's quite a good one. Yeah, so we need 12. We need, is that any good, that one? It's always difficult to tell. No. So, what have we got? That might be right. Yep. So we need a 10 and a 6-sided die. What about this one? These ones are fairly cheap, those ones. Got some nice die. I tend not to keep them in here though. Oh, you just want a 10-sided die. Oh, that one's not bad. Oh, that's part of that set. Trying to pick ones out with high contrast. Although that one's not bad. Let's put that one there. That one. Quite like these. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's a little set. Let's do that. And I've got the 6-sided die. Oh, no. There we go. Right, so that's what we need today. And they're quite... it's a Fighting Fantasy one. I'm going to Fighting Fantasy Fest in not long. Next week. It's going to be good. I have to say, I always get confused when there's a symbol on it for some reason. Right, sorry, this has become a bit painful, isn't it? I apologise. Let's use that one. Oh, that's got one on as well. Alright. That one's got one on. Where's all my 6-sided die gone? Over here. Here we go. My red, my favourite die. My classic red poker die. Good. Sorry about that. Okay, so we need these die. You'll be writing on all the sheets of the game. Your infrastructure. Let's do this here. Which is this here. Starts at 90. Now, one tip I would say: don't press too hard because you're going to be doing some rubbing out here. Okay. Yeah, need an Alien Sanctuary die set. Yeah. I like that. You start with one skill. Select one from the skills table in the appendix and write this in the SO sheet. 1 and note its benefit. Okay, let's do that quickly. So the skills are at the back here. Skills table. Habitat specialist. Pick a habitat and specialise in the animals that live in it. Aliens with that habitat have -1. Let's just go straight with that. Okay. We're going to go with what we're going to say here. Water habitat specialist. I'm going to write that in the skills section here. Water habitat specialist. -100C upkeep. Now, these will become clearer. Okay, what these are. I'm not going to. So obviously, certain creatures come from water habitats, and sorry, excuse me. Okay. Certain creatures come from water habitats, and when I have those, they're less upkeep, which is really key. Okay. Let's go back here. So, water specialist. Idea: roll a random to see what skill you start with. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. David said, "Got to love a big." Oh yes. I backed that last. Need an century dice. Yes, I get what you're saying. Okay, so what we'll do is infrastructure starts at 90. Skill start with 5 XP. Now on here we have the second sheet. We've got 5 XP. So the experience points, we can go back to this little quick sheet here, can be spent. You get rewards, and then you can buy certain things with them, which we will have a look at later on. And you can also use them to adjust particular roles, which may cause you some problems. Okay, good. So you start with 5,000 credits. We've got an expensive stream here, 5,000 credits. Just goes in there. And I apologise if my writing is a bit squiffy. I'm writing at a slight angle. And draw the top alien profile from the alien profile deck and place it next to the SO sheets. Tick the 40% boxes on the mood and health tracker. Right. So I've got the aliens here. Okay, I'm going to put them underneath the table, mix them up a little bit, and then draw one out. Now, you can, if you want to, you can position them, you can order them. So you could draw the easy ones first, and then getting down to the hard ones at the end, because some aliens are harder to look after. But this is the first alien that we're going to be looking after. The molecular. Now this one is quite it's an average one. It's an average one to harder, but that's fine. So have a look at the molecular. Its habitat is water. It's cold. The biodomes that we set up will accommodate any habitat. It's able to do it. So they're a mix, and then you can slightly adapt them. You've got the first alien there. So they will also be in they'll also be in their own biodome, as I was saying, and we've got a special sheet for that. So for these, I need to tick on here 40% mood and 40% health. And you see there's 2 trackers here, a mood tracker and a health tracker on the right hand side. We've also got captivity points here, and then you can have alien care. You can do these once, tick them off and pay for it, and you then have just a couple of other little things you have to monitor. So over in the rules here, it also says tick the move whenever you place down an alien profile. You need to do the same. Yes, write in the alien on line 1 of the biodome status tracker and tick 100% in the box. Here we go, biodome 1. This is the third sheet, SO sheet 3. This is the alien, this is the molecular. I'm going to write that in there. Right, now, whenever you open a new biodome for an incoming alien, do the same. Ranger drones are assigned to one biodome and cannot be moved. So you've got a little ranger drone, okay, who comes in and works in that biodome, stays in that biodome, it doesn't get moved. And we have here, he comes in, he's a new biodome, automatically get it right 100% there on the ranger drone number 1. Ranger drone 1 on the SHG. Always do this when the new alien arrives, assigning it to the ranger drone as it arrives. Goals on the SO sheet. So I've already talked about goals. We're going to do 4 aliens returned to win, or 4 aliens lost to lose. Now, the aliens don't actually die, of course. They've just become unwell and have flown to a medical centre, but that counts as a loss. They've been lost to the medical centre, not to the life after. Right, turns. This is important. Turns are made up of 3 phases. There is a very specific sequence of actions in each phase. Follow them carefully in the rulebook. You cannot go back to fix something if you are in phase 2, for example. Listed below is a quick reference to the 3. Right, now we will be using the crib sheet once we've gone through this once. The crib sheet here has a bit more information on than the phase sheet. This is just an outline to not be too overwhelming, and then this includes lots of little pointers for the game, and this is what you'd have next to you to help you play, and you follow that through. Okay, so we're just going to go straight into it. We have phase 1, and each phase is broken into a series of points. Okay, 1.1, build sanctuary improvements. We can simply take the cost of the improvement from the expenses stream. Sanctuary improvements are listed here. So we can have a glass tunnel, gain an income of your appeal total times 100 credits per turn for aliens from a water habitat. So you can add things like that, or at the bottom here maybe, or you can add a sanctuary shop, gain an income of plus 200 credits per turn. So with this first one, we may want let's buy something, shall we? Obviously, I'm aware of the kind of expenses that are coming, because we know each turn you're going to have to pay the upkeep. Now the upkeep for this particular alien is 800 credits, which is a lot. Now you think about it, that is, although, you know, I am a specialist, water habitat specialist, I'd forgotten about that. So the upkeep is going to be minus 100. So you can actually write on here, you can put a little cross to it, 700 credits. Now that is an absolute total fluke. Nigel, good to see you. We'll have to watch the video after I get home. Got a bit of dry. Nigel, no problem, my friend. Yeah, just playing through. You drive carefully, okay? So, we've got the ranger drone in there. No doubt that's a specialist water ranger drone who can swim in the water and help tend to the environment. We've got the molecular. Why do they make these words so hard to say? Actually, that's not too bad. 700 credits. Right, I think we're going to buy a sanctuary shop. It's 1,000 credits. So sanctuary improvements, you can have up to 6 down here. And I'm going to put in there sanctuary shop for 1,000 credits, and take that off my take that off my expenses stream. Plus 200 credits per turn. Okay, so let's go back to income sources. I'm going to put shop up here. I'm going to put shop, and I'm going to do 200 credits. The total income is 200 credits at the moment. Just put that down there. Try not to write too heavily. As I say, we will be doing a bit of rubbing out. Put that over here for a minute. Okay, so already we're making waves. No pun intended. So let's get fixed infrastructure. We don't have to worry about that at the moment. We'll come back to that. We have over here. We have address infrastructure modifiers. We have a look at our infrastructure. So this is what you'll do. You take your infrastructure and you have a look and you see whether there's any penalties. There's no penalty, but 90 infrastructure at the moment. You can pay 500 credits per 10% to fix infrastructure. So I could pay 500 and fix that there, but we've already missed that phase. Okay, fix infrastructure. So that's fine. It's 90. Okay, no problem. So no problem with that. Fix ranger drones, 100% left. Fix biodomes, no problem there. 100%. You can spend 200 credits per 10% status to fix a biodome. Okay, so the biodome status is currently 100. Our molecular is looking very good. Hello Vincent, how you doing? Good to see you. I love a little shop. Doctor Who, nice one. Okay, building biodome improvements. So there are a range of biodome improvements that can be built, and we aren't going to do that at the moment. Okay, that's another thing because we don't need to. We're going to save the rest of the money. Let me take the money from my income stream, by the way. There's probably going to be times when I forget to do this, but that's 4,000 credits left there. Okay, the shop income there, very nice. Already we're catering for the clientele. Ranger drone upgrades, we're not going to worry about that at the moment. There's 3 there that can be done, no problem. Right, moving into phase 2. So what we do is attend to the alien. You're doing your rounds. You arrive at the biodome and give some quality time to the alien. You can increase its mood or health by 10%. So if we look on here, you can see that I have an option here. I need to get the health up to 100%. It says here, ready to return home. With the mood, it only has to be 60%. Okay, now if the health gets down to 10%, down here at the bottom, flown to medical center. All right, so there's markers as you go along. Now, clearly, as this beast spends more time in your tanks, okay, the water needs recycling. So the longer they are, and sometimes it doesn't matter how happy they are, but there may well be expenses to maintaining that alien. So that's why you get some negatives. Even though you're going up, there will be some negatives because there's still problems and issues that they may face, and they're not actually 100%. They're at 40% at the moment because they've just been injured during the colonization, the terraforming process on its homeworld, Dunab, and it's that's the reason why those negatives. So the red boxes obviously indicate negative, and the green indicate a positive. So I'm going to increase the health up to 50% here, and rub out that 40% there. All right. So health, that is not a very good rubber. I needed a good rubber. Did I have one? I thought I had one, but that isn't one. I've got loads of boxes of books around me at the moment as well. Did I have one? Yes, in here. Right. Okay, hopefully we've got a better rubber in here. Might be good, we'll see. So, you get the option every turn, every time you come to an alien, to increase the mood or health. Okay, so I've done that. Buy alien care. Now, this is an important part. You get to buy alien care packages. Are there other ways to make money in game? Is that the future step, or did I miss it? That is a future step. There is funding. You can get stuff like that. Laminated cards as a black felt tip works a treat for this. It does. And to be honest, I didn't get time today to get that set up exactly how I wanted it, but I'm going to get some some thin dry marker pens, dry wipe pens, and they will, and then I'll put these onto something a bit more glossy. But I did want to show as well, you can just print this out and just tick it and use it in that way. The cards that are going to be with the campaign, because this will be kickstarted probably next week or the week after. We're going to get it going, get the Kickstarter up there. They will come with laminated cards you can purchase as an add-on. So there's definitely there. I was just thinking, if their home is being terraformed, they won't be able to go back because the habitat will be changed. That is a really good point. In fact, I never used the term terraformed. I don't know why I did then. I don't think it's terraformed. They're just colonizing, basically. So, yeah, they're not total. That is a good point, Mark. So strike that from your memory. I never said terraformed. Okay. So, yeah, there are other ways of making money. They'll come out in a sec. So, alien care, on every alien has this same list, but the cost of them is less, okay, or more, depending on the size of the alien. And this alien is quite big, so its size is large. Its nature is fearful. It has a visual appeal of 4. And the appeal is a lot to do with the funding, which we'll cover in a minute. Now, extra feeding schedule, robotic companion, plus 10% mood. So what we'll do is maybe we'll spend some money on a robotic companion at the moment. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just leave it like that. For the moment, because the next alien, we'll see what funding. See if we get any funding for this creature before we decide whether we're going to actually invest in some alien care. So it's still at 50%, and its mood is at 40%. It lists here what there are. Now, attend to the special aspect of the alien. The molecular give off a toxic chemical that helps keep the water cold, but it causes damage to the biodome. When the alien is at 40% mood or lower, pay $300 for cleaning costs. Now you see, at that point, I should have been really aware of its special, because I could have bought some alien care and upped its mood, but I didn't. So I'm going to get a penalty there of 300 credits, which takes my credits down to 3,700. There, that's the expensive stream. Okay, that is because the mood is at 40%, so I need to get it out of that bracket really for the next turn, which I will do. All right, so continuing on phase 2, make a stress roll. Let's have a look here. So we have a make a stress roll. This is the most involved aspect of the alien sanctuary. You make a stress roll for each alien as you do your rounds, unless its mood is 90% or higher. So there's definitely benefits from getting the mood right up there. Roll a d10. Here we go. Let's do it. 1 10-sided die to make the stress roll. If the roll is over the alien stress factor, then everything is okay. No event occurs. Right, so you can see here we have a stress factor of 11. So that is because these aliens just get very stressed. But you can use your XP to lower the dice score. This is important to note. I like the mechanic of not being able to go back and change what you've done. It makes it feel like you are learning how to take care of these animals as you go. Well, that's a fantastic thing to say. Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to kind of lock it in, and you've got to keep moving forward. You can only do this. So you've got to roll. If the roll is over the alien stress factor stat, then everything is okay. So if it's over, so you add the XP to the die roll. Let's not forget that. You can, a roll of 1 is automatic failure. If you roll equal to or under the alien stress factor stat, then the event has occurred. Ah, right. Okay, so let's not worry about that bit because you've got an event in a sec. So roll over the alien stress factor stat, then everything's okay. If the roll is equal to the... Right, let's do this roll. Ready? Hi, Toby. I bought my print and play version of Tedious Dungeon Brazilian here. Printed everything today. Fantastic, Francis. Good stuff. So, here we go. 9. Is that readable? Can you read that? 9. Okay, so I could, if I wanted to, spend 3 points, 10, 11, 12, to take it to not get the event. So that's what we'll do. Yes, we'll do that. If there's an event roll, roll a d6. So we're going to spend 3 XP to bring that down to 2. So I managed to avoid what it could be a bad event in the ring. So we're quite lucky there. So that's a good thing. So we'll move on from there, and we've got away with that one. That's going to be one to watch for the next turn. Okay, move on from there. There are a few things to. Oh yes, we've got. There are a few things to remember. Some events result in nothing happening because so the events, we'll not worry about that now. We'll come back to that. Check captivity points. Incidentally, when you get an alien, it gets 1 captivity point. It should say in here. No, it doesn't. It should say somewhere. All aliens gain 1 captivity point per turn. Add them now. Okay, so there's nothing in the front there. So 1 captivity point is this. So we've got captivity points on this section here, at the top here. And again, it's a tick, and we rub it out and re-tick when we move it along. If the alien's mood is 30% or below, which it isn't, it's 40%, plus 1 extra captivity point. Also check the captivity points tracker. If you have ticked a box next to a modifier, apply it or make an event roll if so marked. And you'll see on here, event rolls, -2, 20 health, -3% mood. That's pretty bad. Okay. Captivity obviously gets to these aliens and then they're affected. Right, check Ranger drone status, and that is absolutely fine. There's no problem there. Phase 3, business side of things. Alien funding. Roll D10 for the alien and add its appeal number. If the number is 8 or over, you've secured some kind of funding. So with a visual appeal for the molecular is 4. So I need to roll a 4 or higher. And I do. Okay, fantastic. I think we may well change that to 10. Let's just put a little note there. That may be 10. All right, so here we go. Aliens with visual appeal up here. Aliens with visual ability and curiosity appeal. Sponsorship is secured for these aliens. Sponsors pay 50 times the appeal number, which is 4 times 50 is 200. Subtract 1 for those with placid and aggressive. Nature is fearful, so we're good there. Funding lasts for D6 turns. Let's roll a die here. 5 turns. And write the funding and the income sources column and add it to the sources of income. So we're going to put here. So it gives you a little section here. We're going to put the molecular funding is 200 credits, and then we're going to have times 5. Okay, and then each turn we will reduce that down. So the funding now becomes our income becomes 400 credits, and we've had a company come in and they're doing some visual sponsorship. They're using the image of the molecular in some kind of advertising, or they're using the visual appeal of this alien in some way. So next thing we do is 3.2. Visitor numbers are important when running the business. So make a visitor figures roll by rolling a d10. Okay. Add the combined appeal stats of all the aliens to the sanctuary. So we've got 9. I like rolling 9 today. 9 plus 4 is 13. And you can opt to do a show. We're not going to do a show. Multiply your visitor figures number by 100 and add this to your expenses stream. So luckily, so that gives us 13, which takes us back up to around 5,000. Okay, so that's not bad at all. Calculate and receive the income. If possible, return the aliens to their home. We can't do that. Pay Ranger drone upkeep. Right, so we have to pay some upkeep here. It's 100 credits for each worker drone. So we've got to take off another 100 here. So we're going to go 4,900 because it's one Ranger drone. Check for XP awards. XP awards are over this side. What have we got? 12 for returning to the planet. 5 points for when you have 6 aliens in the sanctuary. 5 points for all Ranger drones at when all Ranger drones are at 100%. Now that is definitely the case with us. So we have, and this is early on, you get some experience points, and we get, hello Alex, how you doing? We get some XP here, which is going to be handy early game. Okay, so we've got 5 points when you have 6 aliens in sanctuary, 5 points when all Ranger drones are, let's do that, and then 2 points when your infrastructure is 90% or higher. So that's 7, 9, 9, and those 100% health there. So we get next, so we've got 9 XP as well. Okay. Right, good stuff. Buy a skill. We're not going to do that. We haven't got enough XP. You can spend 10 XP to buy a skill. Fine, thanks, Angie. I'm good. Did I miss something huge? No, we got the dates for the printing stuff on 2D6 Realm. That's all over the place now. You can see that on Facebook, Kickstarter, and on late pledge emails. So you should better check that out. Intake one more alien. Okay, so we are going to intake another alien. Let's do that. So we've got the molecular. Let's just have a quick check here. Alien profiles. If you cannot pay, cost reductions. You can get strain points. We'll find out about that. Tip clarification. I'll go over that while we're playing. Optional rules. All good. Okay. Now we do have the events tables at the back, which we will refer to. So let's move across to using the crib sheet now, which is there. That will be the basis for thing, and we will draw out another alien here. Okay, so we need to pick another alien. Where are you, aliens? And then we should probably we'll do an alien story pretty soon. Right, so we've got all the aliens here. I'm going to put them underneath and draw one. What will it be? Hopefully it's not something too expensive. Which one is it? The Spindicus. Lovely. So, Spindicus is about average as well. Nothing too small. Large, herbivore, lives in a temperate climate, forest. So, do you remember what we did before? We took the alien in, and we have a ranger drone. Have to have a ranger drone here, 100%. And then we've got the second biodome is opened here on the biodome SEO sheet 3, and that is the Spindicus there, and the biodome is like so. Okay, we'll do the captivity points pretty soon, and then we don't need to add anything else in here. Fine. Good stuff. Just double check there wasn't anything else I needed to do with the new alien incoming. Probably need to... New aliens... Oh yes, of course the alien itself, the Spindicus. Kinos from Kinos has 40% and 40% there, and then we will put them into the sanctuary, and we will see what happens now. We'll go through the same process again, but of course this time we're gonna have to do it for the 2 aliens, and we'll see how that plays out as we develop it. Okay, phase 1, construct and repairs. We're following over on the crib sheet over here. Now, we don't need to do any repairs as yet. Nothing has actually damaged the infrastructure of our base. We're still at 90%, and build sanctuary improvements. I'm not going to do that now because I want to assess how much we're going to be paying. The Spindicus is 600 credits per turn, and it's 700 credits per turn for the monocular. Infrastructure, 500 credits to fix. We're not going to do that. Address infrastructure modifiers. Check tracker for events. No problem there. You can fix ranger drones, not do that. Fix biodomes, don't have to do that. Build biodome improvements. That could be something we do, although we don't need to because there's no damage on those at the moment. biodome improvements are listed in the book here. You can... Okay, so what we probably will do then is maybe we'll have a look at this here. Plus 10 adjust lighting. So you can go into a biodome and you can select one of these and it will have a positive effect on your creature. So we've got 4,900 credits at the moment. Let's have a think. We don't do minus captivity. We want to increase health. New activity. So we will do a new activity. We're going to take off there. So biodome improvement. So it's basically like offering up something within the biodome. We're going to spend 150 on a new activity. Now that brings it down to 3,400. Now I'm going to do that with the molecular. I'm going to take up its health to 60. As you can see here, we have the first minus 200 water recycling. So even though it's gone up, I'm going to have to deduct that from the expenses. So we'll take that out there. But we need to get the health up of these beasties so we can get them back. Right, so done that. We need to take 300 off there as per 200 off there as per instruction. So we're down to 3,200. Okay, balancing it out. Training it up with some boys in the pond there. Fantastic. Ranger drone upgrades can have up to 2. A choice. I'm going to leave that for the minute. Ranger drone upgrades. Let's go on to phase 2. Tend to the end. We go to molecular first. Increase mood or health by 10%. We're going to bring up remember the molecular has this special thing down here that if it's 40% or lower it does more damage. So we're going to bring the mood up to 50 there. So you can do a mood or health each turn. Fantastic. Now we now need to do a stress roll. So roll a d10. Higher than the stress factor is a pass. Can use XP to cross them off to increase the number. Failed results in random event roll. Okay, so we're going to do going to roll a die. Now I'm going to need to see what this die roll is first. 1. So we're going to lead that 1 there. You can't really see it, can you? It's too shiny. 1. I need to get a better die there, really. I can't. Can you see the 1? 1. Anyway, so that is a failed. So we're going to have a random event roll. So how do we do event rolls? Well, we'll bring that up in the book. So if there's an event, roll d6 on the event type table below. Here we go. D6. It's a climate event. Okay, so climate. And then roll a d12 on the resulting event table. Event tables are found in the appendix. That they are. Climate event here. So what's happened in this situation? 12. Actually, high numbers are not bad. 12. The climate begins to change, causing the alien to go into a hibernating state. By the time you have reset the biodome, the alien is in a good mood and seems healthier. Plus 10% alien mood and plus 10% alien health. Fantastic. It's probably the best result we could get. So kind begins to change, causing the alien to go into a hibernating state, and it's kind of almost healed itself. Awesome. So what we'll do is we will do a little narrative for the molecular. We can give it a name. Anybody got any suggestions for the name for the molecular? And then we'll hang on a minute, we should have done this first really. Alvin. All right, Alvin, and then because you would normally do this first, but we'll roll for a trait. So you can do this. It just adds a bit of variance, a bit of character, maybe. Alien trait, D12. Here we go. 11. The alien has come through physical examination testing where it starts with 50% health. Oh well. Has minus 100 credit upkeep and -1 stress factor. All right, so we will put that in. So you would normally do this. I've started to sort of become interested in this alien. So minus 10 upkeep and -1 stress factor. Okay, so you would roll that through, and we'll keep that with this one, you see, and then we'll add some little details. It's arrived from Danube, and I like the idea that Alvin's brush with the fame in advertising from earlier gave him a huge morale boost, and that's what has led to his miraculous recovery rate. Indeed. Thank you, D5 Questing. So, we have, in the first instance, he's got tough bearing. We'll bring this stress factor down to 600 now. So that's good. This upkeep. You can get negative ones as well as positive ones, and -1 stress factor, which takes it down to 10, which is always very handy. And so Alvin has what was the first thing that happened to Alvin? What were you saying there? Oh yes, secured some advertising funding, being used to advertise a new nature program on ITV, and but during filming went into a hibernating state. Came out much better for it. Fantastic, and it's pretty tough as well. Actually, Alvin's had some pretty good things so far, hasn't he? When you think about it, he's got a little story developing there. So Alvin, we won't do it with the other one for the moment, just because of all the paperwork that's involved with doing it live on the stream like this. So pleased for Alvin there. Good stuff. And so yeah, a little story developing for Alvin, which is fantastic. So that was its stress, its event roll, +1 captivity points up here. So down up to 2. And no Ranger drone, -20 mood Ranger drone at 30% lower, -1. So the Ranger drone is in good nick. Everything is going swimmingly well. Nature documentary was better than the Coca-Cola commercial I was imagining. Exactly. Oh. Right. So, good. Right. So phase two we need to do for our other alien, which is the Spindicus. So Spindicus gets a 1 captivity point. So that's 10 to the alien. Increase. So stress factor is 5. So we need a stress 10 to the alien, increase the mood or health. Right. Let's do the Spindicus has succulent limbs which can be shed, but they are highly praised for you. So okay. You can increase the health by 10%. Rub that other one out there. So 50% health on the Spindicus. And that's there. Buy alien care. Not doing too financially. We're not doing too badly. I'm tempted to get the 10% extra feeding schedule because it's only 1,000 credits with the Spindicus. Let's do that. We're gonna spend 1,000 to get the plus 60 up to 60 health, which is, remember, we're pushing for 100 health. We've got to get 100 health, and the longer we keep them, the harder it is. And we need to do the business side of things we'll do in set for both of them. So once you've used the alien care package, you can't use it again. So we're going to spend that 1,000, take it off the stream here. So that goes down to 2,200. Okay, we're running out of money. Let's see what we can do here. See the alien special. Spindicus have succulent limbs which they shed once per turn. They're highly prized as food. You make 100 credits income from selling them. Their limbs grow back quickly. Okay. So we're up to 2,300. The Spindicus there. And selling some of its succulent limbs. Yummy. Then we make a stress roll. Roll a D10 higher than the stress factor, as we talked about before. So the stress factor here is 5. So we need a 6 or higher. And we got a 4. But what I might do is spend 2 XP just to not have a stress roll, an event roll. Bring that down to 7. Fantastic. So we get past that phase there. Plus 1 captivity point. Yep. Aliens mood, blah, blah. Check the range drone status is fine. Range of drone at 30% or lower. No problem. Right. So phase 3. Let's do Alvin first. Roll alien funding. Right. We don't need funding because we've already got funding. You can't have more than one funding thing for an alien. So no points there. Roll for visitor figures. We'll come to that in a sec. So we've got. We need to get check some funding for this beastie. So roll D10 for the alien. Add its appeal stat 8 or higher. Gain funding. Appeal fact is industry 4. 2, and I don't get any funding for the Spindicus this turn, or set any up for the next coming turns. I'll try again next turn. Roll for visitor figures. Make the visitor figures roll by rolling a D10 and add your combined appeal stats for all the aliens. Right, so let's roll a D10. The appeal stat is combined is 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. Is that right? Oh. Mark, if I am, that is very strange. I may not have saved it. That is strange. I'll double check that. There's a good spot though. So what was that? 12 or 13? Did I roll? I rolled. What did I get? 12 or 13? I think it was 13. Right. So that gives me a grand total of automatic account funding. Yep. So we've got 13. James, go ahead, my friend. 13 plus the total income, which is 17. So it takes us up to 4,000 there. Okay, we are good. Seems to be fine. We're in a good position there. If possible, return aliens to their home planets. Pay Ranger drone upkeep, which is 200 because there's 2 of them. So let's do that. 3,800. Will spiral bound editions of 2D600 and layers on those be in shop? Yes, they will soon, James. I am still. I don't want to send them and put them in a shop and people get them before the backers get them. So it might be another week or 2 as yet. I will update people on that next week. Okay, good. So check for XP awards. You can actually convert XP into credits, which we may well do. So let's check for XP awards. We have all aliens. Let's get that little thing here. All plus 5 points if Ranger drones are at 100%. Plus 2 when infrastructure's right. So we've got another 7. So 14 here. Now what I might do is transfer 10 into 1,000. So we get 4,800 here. And we have some more cash in the bank. You could buy a skill. We're not going to do that. Intake 1 more alien if you have space. Right. So we now have a situation where we've managed to increase these aliens. We're balancing it nicely. We've got Alvin here who's developing a bit of a character. There's a tough old beast who likes to go to sleep. And we've got his details there. And we need another alien. So let's do that. We're going to pick out one from here. I'm going to shuffle these up a little bit and put them underneath. I'm not looking. And we'll pull out an alien. And we'll see what this alien is. Haha! The Jib. Right, now he's an easier. This creature, this beastie, is an easier one to deal with. The Jib. Now he's going into number 3. Let's go to our Jib here. And I think that the thing about increased as we do more play testing, the thing that could change, all the rules are pretty much, we've rigorously checked a lot of them, but it's the balancing of it. So it may be, look, there's no biodome damages yet, so we need to incorporate some more of that into the game. And only playing it is going to give us that information. Okay, so the Jib starts at 40 and 40, as they all do. He's from grassland, herbivore, medium size, curious, visual appeal 5, uncommon, stress factor 4, upkeep 300. So we will have a look at that. Fantastic. So obviously we will need to go through each alien as we do it. So let's go back. Are we going to do any build sanctuary improvements? So let's have another look at the sanctuary improvements. Sorry, that's biodome improvements. Build sanctuary improvements, 1 per turn. See table. And they are at the front here. It can generate an income for us. Sanctuary shop. You can have one of each type. Better displays. Let's put some better displays in, shall we? Let's do that. So we're going to put better displays, and on our main sheet, I'm going to put better displays on here in the space down here. Plus 100 credits per turn. And we'll add that to our income over here. Better displays. I'll just put displays. All that. You may mark down your period of funding. So I think we're down to 3 for Alvin. Better displays, 100 credits. Welcome back, Jeff. And that brings up our income to 500. Okay, so we're at an income of 500, and we're currently at 4,800. And that is that phase. And we didn't take off the cost, which was 500 from there. 4,300. Okay. Build biodome improvements, fix biodomes, don't have to worry about it. No fixing at the moment. 10 to aliens. 10 to alien. Increase mod or health by... So we're going to go through each alien now. Let's start with old Alvin. Now, he gains increase health or... So we're going to do this. We're going to go up to 70 on the health. There. And that's going to cost me, because he's thrashing around in that water. He's minus 400. So 3,900 is what we're on. And he's going to get out of this section pretty soon, which is good. And what else have we got? Buy alien care. Do we want to do that? Do we want to buy alien care? We're not quite rich enough. It's expensive to do alien care for Alvin, because they're expensive. He's a big old beast. So we'll leave that for the moment and see how we go. Make a stress roll for the alien. Remember, we spent 10, so we've got 4 on this profile. Let's have a look. So I need a high number, 6. I haven't got enough points, so we're going to get a stress roll for this beastie, which means we roll a D6. It's 4. It's a size stress roll, size related stress roll, and we go to the size event table here, and we're going to roll a D12. And we get a 10 there. Despite the alien's size, it seems to need less drugs as it is adapting to the gravity well. -1 captivity point. Well. Let's do that. In fact, we won't rub that out, because in the next section you get a +1 captivity point. So it just doesn't go up any captivity points this turn, which is a good thing, as we will start to get more event rolls. Right. So, tough. Put in here is adapting well. To gravity. Sweet. Nice. All right. Captivity points +1. We've dealt with that because he's Not going to get one because it's adapting well. Check Ranger drone status, absolutely fine there. Fantastic. Right, let's go to the next one. We have the Spindicus. We can increase the mood or health. We're going to go with the health again. This time up to 70. Did we check the special? All right. Attend to special needs alien. So this was the molecular, 40% or lower. It cost us 300 credits. All right. So no problems there. We then went back into here. We upgraded the 10 mood. Buy alien care. We could buy alien care. Let's do that. We're going to do it with this one because it's cheaper. The Spindicus is 1,000 robotic companion. We're going to get that. 1,000 off this one. 2,900. And we're going to increase the mood by 10%. Needs to be up to 60. So the mood's 50 and the health is 70. I think it might be a good idea to explain with a glossary what the different types of appeal involves, exactly so as to enable player to visualize what's happening with the alien. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll make a little note of that one. Just put that down here. I could put that onto. I think it kind of mentions it a bit in the sponsorship section. Okay. Right. So we just got the. Did we do the robotic? Did I squash? Yes, I did. Did all that. Alien care. Attend to the special need of the alien. Spindicus, we get 100 income. I'm going to have to put a condition on that one, so that brings us up to 3,000. And make a stress roll. So here we go. Here we go. Stress factor, we do 6 or higher. We get a 3. I'm going to risk the event this time. So we have an event roll. So we roll a d6. It's a 2, a climate event on here. Here we are. Climate event, and the climate event will be 9. Hard frost appears one morning, causing widespread damage. That is not good, causing widespread damage. -10 biodome health. So this is for the Spindicus, and the Spindicus is, if you look at, all right, Spindicus, we've gone down, so we've got the biodome is -10, so that takes it down to 90. All right, and the alien is down to, loses 20% on the health here. So it goes down 1 to 50. And -30 Ranger drone health. +1 strain point. Okay, and we'll talk about the strain points. So, on that little event, we've had some damage. Matthew, good to see you. Finally made a live stream. I'm pleased to have you here, my friend. Okay, so we have the alien drone, the Ranger drone. So let's go to the main sheet. Now you're here. Obviously, I'm working in a confined space, but if you're on a table, you can lay it out a bit more. So, oh, we didn't do the Ranger drone 100%. So this is the Biodome 2, and the Ranger drone loses 30% drone health. So it goes down to 70%. Well, that's 100 still. Goes down to 70%. Okay. So that frost caused havoc in the dome. Okay, so that's what can happen if you have a bad stress roll, and those will build up pretty quickly, and you've got to then think about attending to paying to fix these drones. Okay. So make a stress roll. Yeah, that was for the just knocked some cards off there. Okay, so that was for the Spindicus. Let's move on. Just check we've done everything for that stress roll. Captivity points +1. Yep. And the Ranger drone, no, it's in a good enough condition. And then we go to the jib. Here's the jib. We need to do a 10 to an increased mood. So we're going to go health. Increase the health up to 50. There. And then we have buy healthcare package. Now, these are in theory easier to return. So we are going to spend, let's do additional body scans, which takes the health up to 70. And that is going to cost us 1,500. Oh, is that the right thing to do? 1,500. We just check. We've got to check our 600, 12, 15. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. We're going to do it. 1,500, which takes that up to 70 health. There on the jib. And mood still 40. We've ticked that visual appeal box there. Okay. Right, we need to check for funding as well. We need to do that for both these two. So we'll see what exactly happens with that. Because we've got funding with the molecular, I think we're down to 2. We will be at the end of this one. Okay. So, +1 captivity point. Oh, we're knowing stress roll. Special needs of the alien. Jibs are viewed as adorable. Aliens and give you +2 to Riz figure rolls in phase 3 when infrastructure of the sanctuary is 80% or higher. So we get +2 on the appeal roll. That's something to remember when we do it. Make a stress roll for the alien. Right, so stress factor 4, I need a 5 or more. And we get a 9, which is fantastic. So no event roll for the jib, which is what we want to see. It's got a captivity point, and Ranger drones are fine. That's looking good. So we've done all the aliens. Fantastic. We survived. We've got 3 aliens there. Now, next, let's have a look. Yeah, might have to ask the Huts for a loan. So, business side of things. Roll a D10 for the alien and add its appeal stat 8 or higher. Right. So. The Alvin's got some funding already. These two haven't got any funding. So let's do this. Roll a D10. Let's do the Spindicus first. It's got add the alien's appeal. 8 or higher, you get funding. 5, 9. We get it. And it's industrial. So let's go to this section here. We will find it here. Okay, industrial. Areas of industrial appeal. Roll d6. 3. That's 3 turns. Pay 75 times the appeal number. Alien 1 for aliens of placid or aggressive natures. Nature is calm, so we're okay. What have I missed? Lord of Fake. Is there a goal to achieve, or is this about points when the end is reached at the end of the game? There's a goal. You've got to try and you set yourself a target, returning so many aliens and losing. So you set your goal to win and your goal to lose. So if you lose 4 aliens because of their health and their mood, then you've lost, basically, with this particular game. You can free play it and just keep playing. So that's how it works. So we rolled 3, so 75 times their appeal number. So that is 75 times 4 is 300. So for 3 turns, we've got the Spindicus here. It's 300 credits times 3. Let me start crossing them off once we do that. Now let's see if we get any sponsorship for the jib. Alright, let's do this. D10. No, we don't. No one wants to sponsor the jib. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Oh, and our total income is 800 now. Good. A roll for visitor figures. Roll D10. Add the combined appeal stats of all the aliens, and then we can figure out our visitor figures numbers. So we got 4, 4, and 5, which makes 13, 15. So that's 1500. 1500 added, which gives us 3,000. Okay. Not great. Not great. Calculate income. If possible, return aliens to their home planets. No, we can't do that yet. Pay Ranger drone and alien upkeep 300. So we need to pay 300 for that. 2,700. And then convert XP to credits if we want to do that. Oh no, check for XP awards. Alright, so unfortunately XP awards are a little bit more stiffer this time because plus 5 points on all Ranger drones are 100%, and they're not, which is really annoying. Plus 2 if the infrastructure is 90% or higher, which it is. Now we don't have any rare creatures, and we're at that is where we're at, the end of the phase. So we're not going to take an alien in. Maybe we'll just pull the alien now. We can have up to 6 aliens, don't forget. Let's do the aliens. Got the aliens there. I'm going to mix them up. Okay. I'll pull out an alien. Here it is. The Pugnecks. Right. This is a pretty tough alien. Their appeal is low, which is going to affect funding. Oh, we didn't actually gain our income, did we? We didn't add our income. That's a bit of a slip. Income. 800 income goes onto here. So that is 3,500. And then we cross these down to 2, that down to 2. Okay. That was just my income tracking the sponsorship. All right, so the Pugnets comes in, and 40, 40. You see there's red around here, and we'll then proceed with that one at some point. Okay, right. So let's just have a little recap here, because it's quite late. We've had a good session, sort of run through the rules, and you can see that I'm battling to keep some kind of income coming in. Been a bit unlucky with the sponsorship. We've got, you can see I'm managing to keep some at each turn, bearing in mind that the upkeep for these aliens is mounting up, and I'm getting the similar sorts of numbers here, which means that I'm going to start to struggle. We're going to see a decline in the sanctuary very soon. We're going to get some stresses and some event rolls as the captivity points build up. So in the beginning, you're given a bit of a chance. But if you haven't got your aliens to a certain level, then as more events start happening, you've got a decline and more things you lose, and you start to try and manage, think about having to pay to increase the biodome stats. So one of my biodomes is down to 70%, and you'll see it's a gradual decline. So we're going to leave it there. That's the first playthrough. We'll carry on with this playthrough next week from this point. Okay, and we'll keep developing it. We're on to our fourth alien. We'll take 2 more in before we can release any, and then we'll see how it evolves from there. 1 in the strain box. Yes, that is a good call. We'll add that in there. 1 in the strain box. Strain box, strain points. Once you get hit 5 strain points, the inspection team arrive to look at what's going on. That can be positive, it can be negative. They can support you, and there's stuff like that going on. Good stuff. Okay, so I hope that looks interesting. You've got to bear in mind it is tricky to do all this stuff on screen. I'm doing it in like a little A4 window. Now, if I was playing on the table, I'd have it laid out and it'd be easier to manage. I'd see stuff and pick here. But it, you know, from the playthrough so far, I've been quite lucky. The Alvin has actually, I thought he was going to completely destroy me, because he's quite a difficult creature to alien to manage, but it has been okay. So if you've got any questions, you're watching the video back, don't forget to add them in down below. If you're not subbed already, we've also got, don't forget, we've got the early bird form. That is going to be closed once the Kickstarter happens, is launched, because that is a special. You get a special creature alien that is unique to the early bird backers. All right, so keep an eye out for that. You obviously have to pledge, because it will come with your pledge, but it's something added on to a potential pledge you might be thinking about. Thanks, Jeff. You're doing well with limited space. Yeah, hasn't been too bad. Obviously, I'm explaining some of the rules as well as I go, so that's a bit of a problem. But we'll carry on with this next week to see how the sanctuary progresses and how Alvin is doing in his thing. Was lurking, but wanted to say hello, and I love the artwork in this book. Even the building on the sheet makes a big difference. I think it does, doesn't it? Thank you, Cody. I always, initially, you get the bare bones and you start to add the clothes, you know. So, yeah, it's been. I'm pleased with how it's going. The game is a tycoon manager type game, which I've been thinking about for a long time, and I'm enjoying doing it. Okay, guys, I will catch up with you very soon. Take care. Keep an eye out for news. Hey, sorry I missed out. David says, I'll catch up tonight at work. I'm loving the playthrough, and we'll get some more feedback to you. My kids, David, did I put you in here, David? I may not have put your name on here, David. Just, my God. I will add you into the list. Because keeping track of all the names of the play testers sometimes is beyond my limited admin ability. Yep, I will catch up with you soon, guys. You take care, and keep an eye on socials for news and updates on things on Realm and this game. So I will see you very soon.